What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing today? Let's see who we've got here. Cheercold, Vanillix, Chernel Torres, sorry for mispronouncing that. Dr. Glowstone, Ghosty, Gengar, Haunted, Freezer, Splatoon Pro, Squirtle, Splash, Luigi, Lewis, Lunar, Song, Hannah, Cook, Sezzy, Mike F. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Hit 2K. We did, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere. Like, I legitimately just, like, checked YouTube at one point, and, like, I was up, like, 10 subs compared to what I was, like, an hour before. Don't know what happened, but yeah, 2K hype. We hit it. It is awesome. It is awesome. What's up, Pikachu, Carla? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Okay, I'm gonna probably have to reset this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reset the GameCube capture here real quick, guys. It's doing the thing where it lags way behind me. So, gonna deactivate that and reactivate it. I think it's because I have to do so much crazy stuff to it to get it to work right. Between the adapters to get it to work with the cap card, as well as running it in software the capture card doesn't like, and messing with it inside that software. It's weird. Playing Ocarina of Time, well, I hope you're enjoying it, Dr. Glowstone. This is the river. I don't know. Congrats, well, thank you. Welcome to the stream, by the way. How are you doing? You're early for once. You are. You're right at the beginning of the stream, says you. Good to have you. Make sure to like the video. It would be appreciated. Hashtag 2K hype. Indeed, it is extremely hype. I can't believe we actually hit it. Like, it's insane to finally actually, because for the longest time, Creator Studio has been rounding up the number for me, like whenever I log in, but now it's like legit. Now it is legit. Shiny Salamence is awesome. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. What's up, Pikasum25? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Think you'll get Shiny Charmander at 11,500? Well, we'll see. That'd be fantastic. That would be absolutely fantastic to have happen. Raging at Mario Rabbids? Oh no! Oh no, that's not good. Your Bulbasaur's taking a long time to shine. I hope you get it soon, Mike. I hope you get it soon. I know the feeling, though. I know the feeling of a Kanto starter taking forever. Maybe Charmander wanted to wait till he hit 2K. Maybe she only likes people who have 2K or 2K plus. We'll see. We will see. If we get that this stream, having like 2K hype and Charmander hype would be awesome. That would be fantastic. What's the difference between shiny Regice and regular Regice? One sparkles when it enters battle. That's really the only noticeable difference. Technically, the shiny is a little bit darker, a little bit more like of a turquoise than like a light pale blue. But how much does that actually matter? How much does that actually change? It's up for debate. It used to change a lot more when you looked into like previous gens before it was 3D models. But since then, it's kind of not changed too terribly, or it doesn't change too much anymore. That's why, like, I'm waiting so long for each encounter, is I'm making sure it sparkles. Becomes more blue. Yeah, a little bit. The router must be controlling the shiny supplements. What do you mean by that? Think you like shiny Regice better? I like it a little bit better. I can agree, but as a shiny necessarily, it's not necessarily my favorite, you know? But I can totally get behind like shiny Regice's coloring as far as like liking it more than the original. Does anyone here want 1,000,001 Fiones? I'll have enough of those on my own in a bit. It's hard to think that you've been hunting shiny Charmander for almost a year. I know, right? Like, seriously, that's crazy to think about. We started it back in August. It's July now. Like, it's been maybe a little under 11 months since we started that hunt. It is crazy to think about that for sure. But yeah, no, like, it's awesome. I'm glad we're able to, like, hunt it. And hopefully we're able to find it finally. Hopefully it doesn't actually last for a year of hunting. That'd be unfortunate to an extent. Reached 2K subs. We did! Jigalag, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And Ryan Palmer, welcome as well. Welcome as well. I have a shiny supplements. Ah, okay. Yay, 2,000 subscribers. I know, right? I know. We've been trying to hit it for so long, and we finally did. Got some 2K sub hype. So maybe Maybe we can also hit 3K this stream. Doubtful, but who knows? Nah. Nah. 2K hype though, guys. 2K hype. You failed your first shiny yesterday, Luigi? No! I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Questionable. Indeed it is questionable. That could happen. Something along the longest shiny hunts in Pokemon history. It's not. Especially encounter-wise. Plenty of people have gone this high encounter-wise, even with like shiny charmed shinies in Usum. Like, it happens from time to time. It's not that uncommon. And full odds wise, like 11,000 actually isn't too much over odds. It's not a fun time by any means, but it's not terribly over odds. Like 12,000 over or like 12,000 is about as far over odds, like proportionately, to how far over odds I was with Poipole. It's just because I only am able to hunt for 2 hours a day, and these encounters take a little bit longer. That's why it's taken so long for these. Every time you see Regice, you're always like, is that a shiny? I think I am too. I think Supreme Arcanine's hunted a Mewtwo for like 4 years. Yeah, no, there have been some people who have had crazy long hunt times. Be it encounter numbers, in-game time, or just like time from start to finish in terms of like real-world time. Like, there's a lot of records left before I end. There's a lot of gap between any of my numbers and any records. And hopefully I never have to break them. I would love to never have to set a new record for longest hunt. Just take this game back because it costs $60. I get that. I get that. You want to get your enjoyment out of it. What's up, Chicken Overlord? Welcome to the stream. You did reclaim it. Well, that's good, Luigi. That's good. You're shiny hunting Sudowoodo and Pokemon Silver. I totally missed my chance to in Crystal on Virtual Console. I'd have to reset. Same thing with my Odd Egg. I totally goofed up on the Odd Egg as well. What's up, Cacti? Welcome to the stream. You haven't been here for a couple of months. Well, welcome back. Since like October. Well, hey, it has been a while. How are you doing? How have you been? Someone had a shiny appear at 209,779. Like, no, yeah, no, you can have hunts go on insanely long. Like, it happens, especially if you're going for a specific shiny with low call rates on something. Oh, you actually did this really well. How have you been doing? How have you been? There's someone, I think you went until 200,000. Yeah. No, it's crazy. Yeah, for like the Natsu. Just because, yeah, it had such a low encounter rate that trying to get it to be a Natsu and a shiny at the same time was really hard. I haven't played the Virtual Console games yet. You plan on it though. I have it for the Celebi event. I need to, or for like the Celebi hunt eventually. I need to like actually finish playing it, but other things have taken up my time and are a little bit more priority for various reasons. So I haven't been able to get around to it, but I need to finish Crystal and I need to play Black. Crystal's the only one I have Virtual Console. Change your name and profile pic. Well, that's good. I like it. I've been trying to stream on YouTube and it's been working, sort of. Just wondering if you give some tips, maybe if you want. I mean, yeah, like, feel free to ask questions here too. But like, what's the like working sort of thing? Like, there's definitely some stuff that you have to do with assuming you're using OBS or something to make sure YouTube's happy with the stream. Mostly like making sure the bitrate's high enough and all that. 20,000 encounters under the sea. What's up, Umagan? Welcome to the stream. What's up here? Not much. We're just hunting for the shinies. Hit 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Super, super hype moment there. And yeah, all around, it has been fun. Someone made a really good Uncharted fan film. Just got finished today, and Nathan Fillion, a very underrated Hollywood actor, is in it. I wouldn't say Nathan Fillion's underrated, to be honest. Who would win, a box that heats food up or a little thing that makes people talk to you from far and lets you play games? I think the box. I think the box. Is it better to use the Masuda method for hunting shiny starters, or should you just do soft resets? Hopefully you're getting Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon soon. In Gen 7 and Gen 6 as well, absolutely do Masuda method. It's going to be way quicker. Honestly, it could be quicker even if you include the amount of time it takes to beat the game and start Masuda method hunting. The cutscenes are insanely long for Gen 7, and in those cutscenes you don't get to see if they're shiny or not. which if that was the case, definitely hunt them that way because you would be able to see all three. But no, you're only able to like see the one that you pick, and it's after like a 3-minute long cutscene. So I would absolutely recommend the pseudo method. Because yeah, you get better odds, as well as like you can encounter way more per minute than the other way around. What's up, television? Tachino man, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I'm just looking for shiny hunting tips. I want to get start shiny hunting when you get those games. I gotcha. I don't know this DM you later. Alright. Alright. Yeah, man. If you DM me, I will make sure to try to respond to my best. With the best of my knowledge. Congrats on making it to 2K subs. Well, thank you, Royal Slime Treasures. I appreciate it. I seriously could not have done it without you guys. Obviously, you guys are the subscribers. If a single one of you was not here, we would not be there right now. This was one of the most annoying moves to deal with while SOSing. I can agree. I can agree to that. That's on 2K. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Regice on 1,495. Maybe. If we don't get Regice today, we'll be over odds. Honestly, if we don't get Regice here in the next probably about half an hour, we'll be over odds. Also need to get a new 3DS system. The one you have has this L button broken, so you can't start for something on that console. Ooh. I know the feeling of needing to get a new system, though. My 3DS that I put the 900 plus hours in the Pokemon Sun on probably played its last game today. I was playing Ranger on it, and I was trying to enter a code, and I've known the screen's been messed up, like the touch screen's been messed up for a while. Certain parts of it don't work very well. Like, generally the whole right side is kind of if it'll register there, and if it does, it tends to register completely uncalibrated. So I went in today, tried to recalibrate it, and the system would not take it. Like, the calibration would not take it. It had me do it over and over again because it did not believe me because of how messed up it is. And it's to the point where, like, the calibration is so off as it is, I can't even, like, type in on keyboards in-game anymore. So mix that with the battery issues and the general, like, scuffs that it has just from that much use, and I think it might be time for it to be retired, unfortunately. Unfortunately, rip. Rip indeed, though. Rip those 800, 900 hours. I mean, it happens, you know? Like, the system really only has a certain lifespan. It lasted from, like, before I started college, like, right after high school through now, when I'm starting my senior year. So it lasted a solid 3 years there. With, you know, one of them being heavy use and the others being, like, still decent use here and there. But, like, it's honestly had problems from the beginning, and it just kind of kept trucking. But yeah, no, it was like, now I'm looking into new ones, but the thing is, I don't, like, here's the thing, if I get, like, a system that's not a capture card, I absolutely want to get another gray new 3DS XL. Like, that's just the one that feels best to me. Like, I have fairly large hands, and even the, like, slightly smaller form factor of the 2DS XL just doesn't quite work for me. Like, it's not nearly as comfortable. It's fine for a capture card, I like how it looks, all that stuff, but I'd rather have, like, a 3DS if it's my system. I'd want it to be gray. I'm not a fan necessarily of the Galaxy one, or I don't want to get, like, a special edition kind of one. I just want to get, like, a gray or red one, and I want a gray one. But if I do that, I'm definitely not going to be able to afford getting, like, a second capture card, which I really want to get for some specific hunts. But I couldn't justify getting both of those, but at the same time, I can't necessarily justify getting the capture card already. So, I don't know, I'm in a predicament right now, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, because I am on a time crunch for some of the things I've been playing on that system. Yo, what's up? Grenji, welcome to the stream. You're getting a Switch on Sunday. Nice! Nice, man. That's awesome. Do you have any shinies on my dead 3DS? I mean, it's not dead. It still works. It still functions as a 3DS aside from the touchscreen. But I have all of my games are, you know, cartridges. I don't have any game downloaded onto that system. The only virtual console game I own is on my capture card, which works fine still. But yeah, so like Pokemon Sun has most of my shinies. I should probably put them in Pokebank at some point. But yeah, no, so like that system, it still functions as a system. It just, most games aren't going to work very well with it, especially some of the ones I've been playing recently. Are you gonna save it for the Switch? That's good, Carla. That is good, especially with Pokemon and stuff coming out on it. Odyssey is a fantastic game. I absolutely recommend it. Like, I kind of want to get back into playing Odyssey again. I've taken a long enough break that I think I can enjoy it a lot more. Take a 3DS to the shop. What kind of shop? I can't ship it back to Nintendo. It's homebrewed, so that's not going to go over well. And I don't know how many shops repair 3DSs. Especially, like, a busted digitizer in one. How did the touchscreen stop working? I don't know. It's only half of it. It's probably either cables are twisted or, like, got kind of bent somehow, or, like, a connector came loose. It's a fairly old system, and with the way that it's had power issues before, it may have, like, shorted something out at some point. A shop where they can fix it, but, like, what shop works? Shops work on, like, mobile phones and stuff, but I don't know any shop that works on a 3DS. The only ones I know of are, like, ship it back to Nintendo, and they aren't gonna work online. If you want to play a unique RPG on the DS, get The World Ends With You, well, I'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, you gotta head out. Alright, see you later, Lana. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Hope to see you again soon. Is it original 3DS, new 3DS XL, like I have always had? No, it's that gray one that I've shown before. Like I said, like, I'd want to get another new 3DS XL if I got one. Take it to Gadget Grave? I don't know. I've never heard of Gadget Grave before. Shouldn't have homebrewed it. That was 3 years ago, and it lasted 3 years and like over 1,000 hours of playtime. That's more than I'd really expect to come out of a system like that, especially a handheld. I'm not that devastated. Like, I'm not like, or I mean, like, it's upsetting. It's upsetting that it broke, and like, kind of like, oh man, like my 3DS died. I have so much time on it, but it's not like, oh, my system died. It shouldn't have died. Like, it's like when any, like, electronic device eventually just has a problem and you're like, I expect that. That's what this is at this point, is it's honestly lasted way longer than I thought it would, even with that noticeable issue. So I'm really not that terribly upset. What do you homebrew it for? Custom background themes. No, I don't do anything like downloading games and stuff from it, because that's not my thing. Again, I like physical games anyway, so like, it doesn't help. The only thing I would do with that would potentially be the region unlocking stuff. Honestly, the worst part about it is the fact that the homebrew that I use no longer works, and the theme that I installed is no longer available on any theme site. So it's like, I can't even put that on another system. What's up, Super Saiyan Green Pox? Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. It has been a long time. How are you doing? Should you teach Shelgon Zen Headbutt? I don't know. I have no clue if that'd be good or not. Any nicknames for your shiny Psyduck? Is it gonna be a Golduck or not? This Sunday you're getting this season, and you'll play Fortnite and Quest, and next Sunday you're getting a carrying case and Odyssey. Solid plan, solid plan. It's so nice that there's like free games available to download on the Switch. Like, that way you can legitimately just like buy it and play like actual games that people like legitimately are playing, and not just like free demos and stuff that you can't interact with anyone. What's up? What's up, Robert Simmons? Welcome to the stream. Shouldn't have homebrewed it. I mean, that was my decision, and I'm totally fine with it. Like I said, it's not something I'm concerned about, man. You got Emerald recently? Nice, Greg. That's awesome. Should get Breath of the Wild too. It was good. I need to actually finish it, but it's one of those games that's just long enough to go out of my attention span, and then I don't play it for 3 months, and then I forget where I am. Stick with the cool 3DS into the backgrounds on the theme shop. They have some really nice ones, but a lot of those cost money, and they didn't have the theme that I wanted, so I installed it. And like I said, I have zero regrets with it. Still hunting that Charmander? We are. What's up, Tygo Kid? Welcome to the stream. Charmander still hasn't shined. It has not, no. We're still going for it. We are still going for it. Hopefully it shines soon, you know? Hopefully we can get it. Finally, your shiny levers are awesome, Haunted Freezer. Awesome. Playing that DLC. What DLC? Can't wait to discover Battle Frontier. Oh, yeah. Nah, I need to finish my Emerald save, but I need Charmander to shine first. Currently gonna SOS chain Buneary and Ultra Sun. Will go for it. Good luck. I hope you find it super soon. Donkey Kong DLC. Oh, for rabbits. Who does like it happens. It happens from time to time. Not a big deal. It still counts as interaction as far as YouTube's like recommending while the stream's going is concerned. My friend has an NES. That's cool. That's cool. I've never played an NES. I've played an SNES, but I've never like played an actual like non-emulated NES. What's up, Gym Leader Zero? Welcome to the stream. How have you been doing? How have you been doing? In Poland, it's 1:53 and you're watching it and not sleeping. If you need sleep, definitely get sleep. I wish the streams could be a bit earlier for people in Europe, but unfortunately, like the way my work works out for me, I can't stream any earlier than I do. So, the streams will move back to earlier times, so I'm glad you're still able to watch now. I'm gonna start a collection very soon, so you want to know where to get old games and old consoles used and brand new. It's possible. Yeah, see, I'd love to know where to get some of that stuff retro as far as Pokemon goes in a more, like, I guess, less sketch way. You know, a more trustworthy way, I guess is the way to say it. Because, you know, like, you can go on eBay and buy these things, and there's a good chance that, like, they're fakes, or they're just scams, or whatever. So it's always nice to, like, find a place that's, like, you know, a more legitimate business and stuff. If you want an SNES Classic, I don't know, I haven't really had any interest in either of those, because, like, in either of those classics, just because, like, they aren't the generation of games I ever played. So for me, like, I'm not missing out on much, you know? Like, it's an experience I never had, and, like, the whole point of it's, like, kind of to be a nostalgia trip, honestly. What's up, MT? Welcome to the stream. How am I enjoying my summer? My summer is going well. It's going well. I've been working for most of it. I had a little bit of, like, free time at the beginning of the summer for about, like, 3-4 weeks. But now, yep, I've just been working, and that's been pretty enjoyable. Like, coworkers are awesome, job's pretty nice, and all that. And I'm still able to stream, which is awesome. But yeah, that's got about a month left in it before I'm back at school and stuff. How about you guys? How is everyone here's summer going? If it is summer for you, because for some people it is winter right now. Got a store and it sold an OG SNES and a GameCube. Nice! Nice. I need to get my own GameCube. I'm still borrowing a friend's. How do you tell if the cartridge and or disc is fake? You don't want to buy fake games. Discs, it's harder for them to fake, I think. In general, it's been harder. Most of them have a bit of DRM on them, but even then, like, some of them are still, like, pirated and stuff. Like, cartridges, there's guides online, and some of them can be really, really good fakes, and you don't even realize it. It's really, really hard, unfortunately. What's up, X-Rider? Welcome to the stream. Will Charmander ever shine? I hope so. I really, really hope so. There are videos to see which are fake or real. Yeah, like, there's ways to tell, like, obviously, if you get a Pokemon game and it's on, like, a gray cartridge, it's not real. If you get certain games, like, a lot of it's just telling the color of the cartridge as well as some of the fonts. The fonts for a lot of the, like, regulatory, like, logos and the committees that are in charge of, like, approving games and stuff, those will have slightly different fonts on them, generally, is what you end up with. So it's really hard to tell sometimes, but it is possible to figure out. Back to school clothes. Fortunately, I haven't, like, outgrown or worn through any of my clothes, so I can wear the same trusty old stripes that I've always worn. Back to school clothes. They're gonna start soon. They're gonna start soon. Summer's halfway over for a lot of places. You're just gonna get that's good, Greg. That's good to hear. Throw shiny luck at Ian. I appreciate it. I can use all the luck I can get. Like, seriously. Seriously, the more luck, the better, especially with this Charmander. And, you know, Regice is within 50 encounters of being over odds at this point as well. So if either one shine today, that'd be fantastic. How come you aren't using the pseudo method to get Charmander? Because I want to have Charmander in a playthrough of Leafgreen. That's the reason. Also because when I started this hunt, USUM wasn't out, so I didn't have a very easy way to get Charmander into the new games. I know that it exists in X and Y and stuff, but I didn't have a method of really trading it. I didn't have Pokemon Bank at the time and stuff like that. So we're doing it this way just because I also needed hunts that I could do on Game Boy games back when I was starting the Charmander hunt. I didn't have a 3DS capture card or anything. So that's why. Also, full-on hunts can be enjoyable, even if they do take a long time. It'll be really satisfying when we get it, specifically a Rowlet shirt. I need a Rowlet shirt. Always thought your Soul Silver was fake, but you beat through the whole game and had no problems. I mean, fakes might not necessarily have any problems. They're just not a legitimate copy of the game. You know, because like it's the same as, it's basically like an emulated copy of it, in a way. I do what? You love the anime, you're watching Tokyo Ghoul season, you're right, for now. Well, that's cool. I've never watched Tokyo Ghoul. I need to, like it's a big enough show that I should. But I've never watched it. The only show I've been keeping up with recently is My Hero Academia. Because I was watching 2 shows last season, and then Sword Art Online's GGO Alternative ended. So now I'm just watching 1. My anime list still doesn't have the APIs up for third-party apps, so I haven't been able to keep track of my stuff as well. So I've kind of put a lot of other shows on pause for the time being. Plus work. Work makes it really hard to watch stuff more than like twice a week. Use a Rowlet Hawaiian shirt. Yes. Absolutely. If that exists, I need it. You started soft resetting for Rowlet, but you wonder if you should use Masuda Method. I would recommend Masuda Method for Rowlet. Just because of how long those soft resets take, it makes way more sense to... It makes way more sense to go for it by Masuda Method. It would definitely be faster. Depending on how long it would take you to get it either way, it might legitimately be quicker to beat the whole game and Masuda Method for it, or at least get to the point that you can, like, breed for it. You bet it does. It might. It might. Your used Emerald looks almost new and it doesn't freeze. Well, that's good. That's a plus. It's annoying when a game freezes up. They do take forever bleeping cutscenes. I know. It's why I knew in USUM I wasn't gonna hunt for one by soft resetting. Plus I already had them all, so it didn't make sense. You have 5 boxes full of Fion. It won't shine. No. No. I'm gonna be going for that one at some point. I gotta do my research. I probably do. It took too often. I mean, yeah, no, it'd be rough if any of that kind of stuff happened. Got a shiny camera up. Awesome, Mike. Awesome. You know, Rowlet's and Litten's Shinies. Litten's Shiny is my favorite of the bunch, but Rowlet's like my favorite Pokemon. Out of those starters, Litten's Shiny just works so well. What's up? Well, that exists. Welcome to the stream. A good show on the Shiny Regirock. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, that video was a little late going up, I will admit. I meant to get it up earlier in the weekend, but I was out of town, so my goal was to get the video like uploading and like publishing as unlisted, so I could like edit all the details and stuff, and then just, you know, switch to public and be good. But I got about halfway out of the house, like halfway from my house to where I was going, at that point like an hour, and was like, I never uploaded a thumbnail, so I had to wait till I got home because I didn't have access to one otherwise. Take the Shot Gaming, what is up? Welcome to the stream. How have you been doing? You're hunting for Groudon. Well, good luck. I hope you find your shiny Groudon soon. The only reason I think it was fake is more darker. You can hear your marker. Yes, and that's the only difference. That with Heart Gold Soul Silver, that's actually more likely to mean it's real. Heart Gold Soul Silver had really dark cartridges. Like, that's actually one of the ways to tell them apart, or from a fake, is that a fake would look more like an actual game. Pokemon make an alpaca Pokemon? Is there not one? Have you heard of the Isle Delfino leak from Super Mario Odyssey 2? It looks legit, but it could be fake, we don't know. I saw the thing where, like, it kinda half exists on the map, but, like, got taken off, but not fully taken off. That's all I know of it. That's all I know about Alolan and Odyssey. And you posted to YouTube. Nice, cool. You don't need that Alolan anymore. Maybe Alolan just needs clean to take him to the shop. Maybe. What's up, Umbreon Mage? Welcome to the stream. You had 2 achievements today. You got your best friend who doesn't like Pokemon to watch a Pokemon video and join a Pokemon Discord. Nice! There you go. Solid achievements right there. Get more people into the Pokemon community. That is always a good thing. Just streams when you want. You have to watch anything at night. Alright. Alright, yeah, no, like, I'm doing the streams as early as I possibly can. Because I know that's best for most people. Celestial Charizard, welcome to the stream. Will I ever hunt for Johto starters in Heart Gold Soul Silver? I need a copy of Heart Gold Soul Silver, and they keep getting more expensive by the day. If I find a copy of Heart Gold Soul Silver that I'm gonna keep and stuff, I will definitely do that hunt. That is a hunt I want to do because of, like, the fact you can hunt all 3 at once. But it's gonna be in the future. I just don't own the games to do the hunt in at the moment. Heart Gold has a really dark cartridge. Yeah, no, like, it should. It should. Like, that's how you know it's legit. Or one of the ways to, like, kind of know it's legit. Funny story, your nickname was once Andy due to you loving that name, and when you became obsessed with alpacas, your friends and family became... you began to call you Alpac Andy. That's a clever nickname. Heart Gold Souls were kind of expensive. They are... Which one? I mean, I'd like both. As a collector, I'd like to get both at some point. But no, it's more I need to find one complete in box. There's a couple vendors that I trust when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I have to wait for them to get one in stock. Hope you find a copy of them. You can try to get one on eBay, but just be careful and watch out for fakes. Oh yeah, no, that's one of my biggest things, is I'd want to avoid a fake, obviously. I'd love to get one completed box and stuff, Pokewalker and all that. But, like I said, I have some, like, vendors that I know, like, when they put stuff up, it is legit. So, I'm just gonna keep my eye out for them getting one, or see if, my friend who I talked to, like, last year about possibly getting one still has an offer up for that. It's the most proud collection, honestly my Shinies. I have so many of them that, like, that's probably, like, the collection I've worked the hardest on. You want a Pokewalker? How can you get one anymore? Like, you just have to find someone selling it. Honestly, like, that's the only way. This most proud collection is his Ranger copies. In a way. In a way. It won't... Hopefully it won't exist for much longer. I mean, the Manaphy Egg collection, I think, is more impressive. There's another fly in here. There's another fly in here now, which is annoying. I got the one from the other day, but I think I left, like... I left a can down here that had, you know, Arnold Palmer in it. And, like, it had, like, that drop left that you can't get out of the can. And I, like, was really tired last night, so I just went upstairs. And I think that's how, like, why it's in here. Be right back. Alright, see you guys in a bit. See you guys in a bit. Haunted Freezer and Pika-some. You need popcorn. Alright, popcorn is always a good idea. Happen to still have your Pokewalker? Nice. Yeah, the one that I was possibly gonna get last year still had the Pokewalker included and all that. Your battery's dead. Rip. Rip. That should be easily replaceable though, right? Has anyone here attempted a shiny Manaphy hunt in Gen 4? Not yet. I am 80% of the way through the setup. 80%. As far as actual in-game items. Setup for streaming, not so much. I am about 50% of the way there, because it'd be awkward to only stream one of the 2 required DS games. Defeated Lee. I did loot. I was just watching some TV and was able to get her. This one's bigger though, which might make it easier. I don't actually know. I can just find the correct launch battery for it. Oh, gee, I just gotta buy it back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that one was, like, intended to be replaced. Like, you can find the batteries that go inside of, like, the Game Boy cartridges and stuff, even. You know, obviously that's just less intended to be replaced. You need the tri-wing and all that. But it's still not too hard to get at the end of the day. Like $5 back. Yeah, no, they're not expensive. Like when you look at like double A's and stuff, they get more expensive, honestly. But to have like a set for like a Pokewalker so it like lasts for literally forever, yeah, $5 isn't too bad. The batteries as well. Yeah, like they're little tiny watch batteries. That's all you really need in there. It's not doing too much. Most of the stuff it's doing is waiting for you to step, and it doesn't necessarily need a lot of power when it's doing that. A lot of times those things actually don't use any power unless you're walking, just the way they're designed electronically. I guess the only thing there is it does have to use a little bit of power to like know that it's looking for something. You know, if like you're trying to pair it with the DS or something. Welcome back, Pika-san. Welcome back. Alright guys, less than 20 away from odds on Regice here. Hopefully it shines soon. Getting hot down there? I mean, not particularly today. It's not bad. Chicken Overlord, how's it going? Found a website called Console Variations a few months ago. It tells you how many editions of different consoles are made. That's a cool website. That's a cool way to keep track of stuff when you're like searching for things. Because yeah, then you end up in a like situation where you're kind of like, you know, if you're legitimately trying to collect like hardcore collect a console, that's a cool thing to have. Somebody took my shirt a little bit. No, that was just like it was falling off my shoulder weird. What's up, Andrew Claude? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Welcome to the stream. Could you breed a Rockruff with a Smeargle and give Rockruff own tempo? I don't believe so. I think you have to use that own tempo Rockruff for breeding more own tempo Rockruffs. The Home Run Derby is on tonight. That's got to be pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know. That would be an interesting thing. Okay, so no. It makes sense that you can't, like... It makes sense, unfortunately, but it'd be cool if you could. It'd be really, really cool if you could. I pronounced it right. Well, I am glad that I was able to do that. I always feel awkward if I mess like names up. I know it's not like that bad. Like, especially like, you know, people correct me and stuff and it's fine, but like I try to get it right the first try. It would be nice. It would be really nice if you could do that. But nope, you gotta go for the own tempo one and using your own tempo one. 3 games came out on the 13th? Like what? What games came out? 'Cause I'm actually not aware of any. I'll be honest. Octopath and Captain Toad. Octopath came out. Yeah. Okay, yeah, those are good games to have come out. I need to like actually try that Captain Toad demo that like got put on my system. But oh yeah, Octopath came out. That's awesome. I need to play it. I really do need to play more of that. When you get your collection started, what should you sort the consoles and games by? Consoles chronologically, games within that alphabetically. That's how I would do it. That's how I organize my shelves now. Who do I want in Smash? I don't really have much of a preference there. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm not a, I am not a, like, super big Smash Bros. Person. I'll play it when, like, it's around or whatever, but, I don't know, I'm not someone who, like, has been begging for a character to be in there or anything. Makes sense? It does make sense. Yeah, like, it just makes the most sense as far as, like, I feel like it'd be weird to organize consoles by, like, or I mean, like, I guess you could organize them, like, obviously keep them in the families together, you know, like, for example, if you did PlayStations, all the PlayStations together chronologically. But, or, like, you know, narrow it down, like, manufacturers, like, types. So you have, like, Nintendo, and you could have, like, all the different ones that are, like, home consoles, and then the handhelds. Stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do it. I don't know, it feels like the most natural to me is, like, manufacturers, types, and then chronologically within that, and then alphabetically within that for the games. Captain Toad is super fun. You played the demo in this new game. I'll have to try the demo out. It has Odyssey levels. That's cool. That's cool. What's up, Sploosh? Welcome to the stream. Let's find that Regice boy. I hope we do. I hope we do. See if I can get my chair moved forward. You're still watching? I'm glad to hear it. I am really, really glad to hear it. It's on a 3DS. It is, yes. Yes. What's up, Tegan? Rose, welcome to the stream. They could have done that ages ago. I mean, but the game's kind of like, I don't know. They still want to release games on the 3DS. They still, like, support the system. You lack popcorn? I thought you went to get popcorn, though. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I totally almost got more audio stuff on Prime Day today. I don't know why I suddenly thought of that. Like, I totally came close to getting something, but then realized it'd be useless for the streams, and that's like 90% of when I use my mic, if not like 95%. They said the 3DS release will until at least the end of 2019. Yeah, no, like, yeah, so they're gonna still release games on it. Any game that works better in that form factor, as well as just like they may have had these games in development since before the Switch, so they really couldn't put it on there. Imagine if you find a shiny chance while you're grinding XP. It could happen. I know it's happened several times before. Like, it totally could happen, because like the SOSing to XP grind is totally the same way you're gonna get a shiny from it. Like, you're super close to ordering Captain Toad, but you held back. Yeah, Prime Day was interesting this time around. Like, there were several things I saw, but ended up like deciding not to get just because A, I don't need it at all. Like, it'd be a total luxury thing. But add on that, like, the fact that it's more like a lot of that stuff would end up being like really kind of awkward to use in an apartment. Things like, you know, bookcase speakers and stuff, you know, like things that could be a nuisance to like people who live with me. So I was like, I should avoid getting these, you know. Wait at least a year, graduate, potentially be in like either a one-bed apartment or some other kind of living situation, and then it makes more sense. But yeah, so that was just how that kind of ended up. So I didn't end up seeing anything I really wanted. They had like a couple computer parts, but nothing that really stood out enough for me to be interested in. As well as the fact that their site was down in several ways for the majority of it. Like, you had to like go into the Prime Day sales a back way once the sale actually started, which is really weird. The Charmander hunt has taken so long, you forget it's going on every stream right in front of you. It just kind of happens. eventually we'll like see something over there. Everyone's gonna be looking at like one screen, and I'll just like freak out at the Charmander. It'll happen. You really want to play Octodad like now? From the part of the demo I played, it's a fantastic game. You're missing 3 legendaries and mythicals from a complete National Dex. You're so close, Tegan. You're so close. Congratulations. I hope you're able to get those legends like super quickly. You know. But yeah, no, I can totally understand that happening with a Charmander hunt though. Like you look over to it when it hits like intense numbers or like some significant number. But for the most part, yeah, like Regice feels like more of the focus than anything. It's got more screen space, it's got the music, it's got all that, and Regice requires the music right now. Just because I want to make sure that I have every single possible cue for it being shiny. I'm not risking it. I've done it before. I did it with what, like, was it Raikou? It was either Raikou or... It was definitely Raikou and possibly Entei. It was Entei. That's what it was. That we switched over the music to the Leafgreen music, and that's totally possible. I could totally do that if we weren't in the middle of a hunt that like requires audio almost. The next big title coming to the Switch is Let's Go, pretty sure. I mean, I know there's some stuff in between, obviously, but I think Let's Go is like the next really big game coming to it. Like, Crash came out, if you'd call that really big. Mario Tennis came out, if that was really big. Octopath just came out. That one's fairly popular. I don't know that any other, like, not even thinking big, but just like first-party games. Like, I don't know how many more Nintendo games are releasing between now and then. What's up, Rune? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Smell a lot of Victini and Marshadow. It's going to take a while and a lot of luck. No, I get that, man. I get that. Those are like actual mythicals that'll be difficult to find. Marshadow, at least, I think it'll be a little bit easier. I'm not 100% sure, though. And then Smash. Yeah, Smash will be a big one when it comes out, obviously. I won't necessarily join in on the hype too much, but it'll be hype no matter what. There's not been a lot of first-party games. I mean, there was, like... first-party franchises and stuff at the very least, but... Yeah, there hasn't been too terribly much as far as that goes. But it's been a big summer as far as a lot of games. Super Mario Party, yeah, that one's a big one. That'll be a fun one to get. Doing good, your little brother gave you a shiny Vulpix for your birthday. Awesome, Rune. That's really cool. That is really, really cool. Charmander, please. Just start begging them. Yep. There we go. Regice is past odds. Rip. Rip. But here we go. We're still going for it. We're still going for it. We could get it today. Basically it. I mean, yeah, they've released a bunch of good stuff for it so far, so I'm not really too concerned if like there's a lull or whatever. Congrats on 2K subs. I've been watching since the Treecko days. Well, thank you, Sploosh. I appreciate it. It's insane. We were able to hit it, and like the funny part is how we've been kind of hoping for it for the past few streams, and then I don't stream for 3 days, and it happens during that break. Which, like, I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. We hit 2K, which is awesome. Is it really past odds though? I mean, if you want to like consider it like averaging out, it makes sense. It makes sense. Suicune into Ho-Oh makes sense, and then this coming out of Regirock makes a little bit of sense. Sucks that Regice is past odds. It happens, and you know, when it comes to averages, you're going to expect about as being as far over as you are under at points. I'd just rather not double odds. That's all I don't want to do. I don't want to go double odds with it or anything. Next year is Fire Emblem, Bowser Inside Story Remake for 3DS, and that's it for you. And that's all we know for 2019 for 3DS Switch so far. Yeah, we'll learn more. We'll learn more probably later on this year. Calling Regice on 1400, we'll see. We'll see about that. Screw you, Regice. It happens. Favorite Reggie? Maybe Registeel, honestly. I don't know about necessarily shiny-wise, but overall design-wise, Registeel. Shiny-wise, obviously, Regice is kind of knocked out of that one with how like lackluster its shiny is. Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake. That is also true. That's also coming out. Good job with the 2K sub Marcel. Well, thank you, Rune. I really do appreciate that. It was seriously so hyped out it happened. I was legitimately sitting at work and just happened to like check the YouTube Studio app and saw it like jump up to 2,000. I was like, okay. It dropped back down for a second and then came back up. I was like, that's whatever. That's fine. We're at 2,000 now, which is fantastic. So this year. I mean, there's still almost half a year left. I think Regice Steel's the first one you found in Emerald. I forget which one I found. October. October would make sense for a game like Luigi's Mansion. If you're right. I mean, I could say December if I'm right. But no, I can totally see it being October. Once you're 70 years old, you were hunting a shiny Pokemon 60 years later. Would you shine? I can imagine this Charmander being like the entirety of this channel. Like every single stream, like I'm doing other things, and like even like specialty hunts and stuff, it's like Charmander down at the bottom with resets happening. But you know, hopefully it doesn't end up being too much longer, because it is like 2,200 plus encounters past our next highest hunt. But I'll just make it more exciting when we actually do get it. You know, like that's one thing that whenever people bring up like my feelings on like gen and hacked shinies and stuff, or people are like, how can you possibly be so patient? It's always the fact that like it's so enjoyable to do a hunt like this when you find it. Like obviously there have been times where you just kind of sit here going, come on, shine already. But like I know that at the end it's gonna be so satisfying to actually get it. Charmander was one who unsubbed at 2K. It was salty. It was salty. It didn't want me at 2K because that was its ultimatum for shining. So I've been here lately. Family Junk. It's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you're able to be here now. That's all that matters. I hope Family Junk is all sorted out and everything's okay. You'd love to work at Nintendo? I mean, Nintendo of America might be cool to work at for sure. I don't know. It'd be an interesting place to work, I feel. You'd love to have a Samurott. I don't have a shiny one. I just have the one that I caught from Island Scan and Sun. Sorry for the yawning, guys. It has been a long day. It has been a long day, as usual. Plus the fact that coming out of a weekend way threw my schedule off. And like this morning, I woke up so late, I almost didn't make it to the gym before work. And so, yeah, I've been going off of like very little sleep, waking up very early. Tonight's gonna be a hard crash after the stream. Well, I'm glad, like, hopefully it's all sorted out now. You should apply for a job there when you're older. Go for it. Nothing's stopping you. The yawn is intense. The yawn is seriously intense. You bought a new 3DS instead of buying a battery. 10 out of 10 idea. And when you missed it earlier, I'm probably going to be in the same boat. Because, pretty sure, as I worded it before, my new 3DS XL, like the one I've had since I started college, it's probably played its last game today. The touchscreen has been dying slowly, like more and more of the right side of it stops working. And today I tried to recalibrate it because it was just so bad, and it wouldn't take the recalibration until like I messed with it a little bit, and then it took, and now it doesn't like anything at all, and like I can't recalibrate it, like to be correct. Like I can't type on keyboards using the touchscreen at all. Several of those keyboards require the touchscreen to type, so that just makes it really rough. And yeah, so unfortunately it just seems like it's kind of like it's just kind of like on its last leg, or it just like was on its last leg until now. But I'm in that awkward boat of like, do I get a new one, or do I try to like get a new capture card for like the hunt I've been planning and stuff? Because I don't know if I'd be able to do both, like with my own finances and stuff. Just like, I don't know. So I'm in that boat of like trying to figure that stuff out right now. Because like I want a new system. I have things I want to do on it that kind of require it, but it's not working at the moment. There's no unfortunate. It's pretty sad. At least I can still play games that even not stream. Yeah, like I can still shiny hunt on it and stuff just fine. Which honestly might be where it gets like left. It's just the one game I needed to play right now is heavily touchscreen based, like 100% touchscreen based. You can literally play it without any other controls. And yeah, it's just so it makes that one rough. I've already been adjusting like how I play that game to like deal with the really bad calibration. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. When does Jangmo-o evolve? It takes a long time. It's a pretty high level evolution, I think. Another main series Pokemon game in 2019? Yes, that is confirmed. I am excited for that. That'll be like proper Gen 8. Let's Go excites me a little bit knowing that it's more of a spin-off or like a Go universe as opposed to like the main universe. So, I don't know, Let's Go will be interesting to play. I'm interested to see how much post-game it actually ends up having. And if it has like shiny hunting methods, then I'll stick around in it, but otherwise it'll be like a game I play, enjoy, probably stream playing it, and then call it a day. Second half of 2019. I mean, it's gonna be holiday 2019. Like that's pretty easy to like assume based off it. You know, the last time that a Pokemon game didn't come out at a holiday was the last time that it wasn't a global release. Shiny face reveal. We need the Charmander to give us a shiny face reveal. That was confirmed. I mean, the new Pokemon games were absolutely confirmed. When they announced Let's Go, Game Freak, either they had a press conference or it was on their Twitter or something, basically announced like proper Generation 8 with brand new Pokemon and will be coming in 2019 to the Switch. Basically, they wanted to release that trailer, and I think they knew that there was going to be some backlash from people who were like, let's not go in that direction with mainline games. Be it the title feeling awkward, be it the graphics seeming weird to people. They're beautiful graphics, but they kind of go backwards compared to previous gens, but that's whatever. Stuff like that, like, it makes total sense as, like, that kind of game, and it'll be fun. But I think they pretty much immediately released the promotional video for it and went, by the way, the actual Gen 8's coming out. Like, I think they've learned, or not learned, but they know that, like, with how hyped people are for new Pokemon on the Switch, they need to do damage control before there's damage. You know, like, as soon as they announced USUM, 3 days later, they, like, had to come out and be like, there will be Pokemon games on the Switch. So now they have to make sure, like, the crowd isn't, like, ridiculously upset by anything. So yeah, that was, like, pretty much simultaneously. Like, literally, they released the PV, I watched it, and I recorded my thoughts on it. And during that recording, they were already saying how, like, it wasn't the mainline games. And be right back. Alright, seen a bit, Haunted Freezer. It's on the map on Let's Go. Literally, the map shows where every Pokemon is not your favorite. I mean, it's Go. It's Go on your TV. And, like, that'll be cool. It'll be enjoyable for that sense. A little bit more of Game Freak's, like, work into it compared to Niantic. Like, you're not relying on Niantic's service as much. Which has really been my biggest issue with Go. More than anything else, as well as the fact that, like, it drains my battery like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, so it'll be fun to play that game on, like, a home console. Like, that'll be enjoyable, and like I said, I'll enjoy playing it through at least the first time. I don't know how much replay value there will be. There might be a whole bunch, there might be zero. It's just a matter of actually seeing it. Either they'll reveal more through trailers, or we'll just find out when we play if, like, Shinies are huntable. What's up, TP? Welcome to the stream. Sorry you can't show up to the streams since you want to sleep before 3 AM. Still wishing you luck on hunts. Hey, it's all good, man. I totally get it. My streams are really late for Europe right now. Less than a month before they're back to their old times, which hopefully works out better for everyone. Honestly, Let's Go's dicey at best. I'd get it if you could trade to the main series, because the series problem with completing the decks. I'm actually, like, we might be in different boats there, because I'm actually extremely glad that it doesn't trade the mainline games, because Go uses, because you can transfer it to Go, and that's, like, a big part of it, but Go uses a completely different stat system, and I was nervous as to how that would transfer over right. And the fact that they don't transfer gives me more peace of mind towards, like, Gen 8 being, like them being their own set of games. Like, you might have, like, Let's Go games now, as well as mainline games. And I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with them releasing more types of Let's Go games and stuff. But they're gonna be in their own, like, contained little universe. They don't link they don't link to the outside games as much. They link to Go, which is cool. I'm totally down for that. But yeah, just like if you started trying to mix those stats together, it would make things really like weird really quick. Pokemon makes more money than Star Wars. It does. It does. It's pretty cool. Pokemon Company and Game Freak are calling it a core game, just not a main series. Isn't a spin-off. Yeah, no, like it's in a weird place to position because yeah, like it's not a spin-off, but it's not like because it's not like Pokemon Pinball or Pokemon Rumble or Mystery Dungeon where like they're completely different types of games. Like it is a RPG Pokemon game set in a main region with main Pokemon with characters that we remember from Yellow and Red and Blue and Fire Red Leaf Green. Like it exists as a like legitimate Pokemon game. It's just it's in its own line of games, which I'm totally cool with. If they want to make like if they want to have Pokemon Go and they want to have like Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, and then somehow release like Johto versions of it, do that. That would be fantastic. I'd love to see these games continue. Just so long as they stay on their side of the fence. If that makes sense, like I don't want them interacting too much with the mainline games outside of maybe small references to each other. Just because otherwise if they interact, it kind of makes things weird. Rather not see Let's Go happen, but that's just you. Fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion for sure. I was definitely in that boat up until like finding out a little bit more about it. Like it'll be a fun game to play, and obviously I have a bit different of a perspective as someone who's gonna stream it. I feel, you know, like I'm gonna more likely just deep dive into it, or like not even necessarily deep dive, but just like dive into it and play with you guys and stuff, and like obviously try to join in on some kind of hype train if there is one. But yeah, no, so that's like there's different sides to it there for sure. Do you think Nintendo will remake Red and Blue and maybe the Japanese Green for the US? Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are supposed to be remakes of Yellow. They already remade Red and Green into the game I'm playing there. I don't foresee it being remade anytime soon. I think a lot of this also comes down to here, you have Kanto remade in 3D, guys. Are you happy? Like, there's so much other stuff for them to do. I think they've already remade Kanto once and now twice. 3 and 4, like 5 times. There have been 5 different sets of games that Kanto has now been in as like a full like map. Not necessarily a full-fledged region, but like a map between. You have Fire Red Leaf Green, you have Red and Blue, you've got Johto having it, the Johto remakes having it, and now you have Let's Go having it. Like you have a significant chunk of games that are able to like access this region. So I don't know. I think Kanto's gotten enough remakes for the time being. Let's Go Johto. Like if they did something with like Let's Go and Johto, that'd be cool. I'd be down with it. Everyone's gonna be around, and it says that the direct is coming in September. I wouldn't be surprised if one happened then. One happened then last year too. I watched the trailers. I watched the English one. I haven't seen the Japanese one. I don't know. It looks interesting. I didn't really learn too much more information. It's cool that you can ride the Pokemon, stuff like that. But I still just want to. I want to know a way to shiny hunt, and honestly, those are kind of things that are like found later on. Like that's not really something they just give away. Like you just kind of figure that out from, oh hey, this is actually what's like in the code. Like later on when people actually have their hands on the game. You can walk your Magikarp. I love that. It's so awesome. It is pretty cool. Like I am admittedly getting more excited about these games and becoming less skeptical about them. The more I see, which is a good thing, I feel. I feel like it's good to go in not overhyped, and like the more you actually physically see of the game, to like let your expectations build off that, as opposed to like building your expectations up and hoping the trailers manage to fill in every single hole that you have left them to fill in. Charmander, please shine. I know. Hopefully it shines soon. You can't tell Alolan and remake it every 10 to 20 years. Game loves it so much. As long as they remake other regions for a time. Yeah, no, like I feel like they're going to. I know this is like beaten to death, and I know I've said this before several times as well. I think Gen 8's gonna see a Kanto remake, like proper Gen 8. I think we'll see a Sinnoh remake in that. I just think, again, I think it's gonna be aside from the like Gen 3 and Gen 4 having remakes, I think it's gonna be every other generation sees a remake going in order of the games as they came out. That'll like keep them spaced apart enough that like people aren't like going, because there are probably some people like remakes all the time, like they just want a new Pokemon game, but I don't know, that's just me. I think like in order to keep it not like seeming like the remakes are getting too close on the heels of like the initial game, it's gonna be every other gen. You know, pack a wool blanket in the mail. That's nice. That's nice. I'm glad that you got it. Magcargo Jump was so fun for a while. I remember playing it for a bit. It was a different game. It was really cool. It was cool for what it was. I didn't end up playing it too much because that's not my type of game most of the time. But yeah, no, it was a fun little like time passer. Until like I forgot about it and then it notified me about like, hey, you haven't done something, and I was like, delete. Because that's what I do with those. We need Gen 4 remakes, even though you never played Gen 4. I mean, like I said, I don't think... I know there are people who are hardcore wanting Gen 4 remakes in 2019, like want the 2019 games to be Gen 4 remakes. I don't see it happening that way. I think we're going to get a brand new region, brand new set of games, proper new generation in 2019, and then look to 2021, 2022 as like the potential for Gen 4 remakes. Still a long way away, obviously, but just looking at the time scale, I feel like that's what we're gonna see. Who knows though? We have read Gens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. He's been in most gens. He really has. Does anyone remember Pokemon Stadium? Mini games. There's Magikarp Splash game in there. I really need to play Stadium and Coliseum and all that stuff, but I don't have the consoles for it. Or I guess I have the GameCube, but I don't have the consoles for like Stadium. You quit playing Magikarp Jump? Yeah, I mean definitely. Did I watch Let's Go Trails? Like I said, Vanillix, I've only seen the English one. Even if we get Gen 4 remakes, people are gonna complain. There's going to be people on both sides of the fence no matter what, and it's always going to be the ones who are the most upset that are vocal about it. That's just human nature there. If things aren't going your way, you're more likely to say something about it than if they are, you know. What's up, Snorlax is my real name. Welcome to the stream. Congrats on Shiny Regice. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. The AC will not turn off, so basically, if you live in a freezer, your 3 blankets and space heater won't cut it. Oh no! Oh no. Yeah, red has been the majority of those generations. Red's the kind of character who people think you don't see often, but you do. It helps that, like, most of the time he's just like a simple little, oh hey, here's red, and that's it. Most of the time post-game too, so it's really easy for you to just kind of miss it, you know? It always happens. Of course it always happens. And I totally saw that one being the shiny for a second. There's just the problem of Regice's hunt. Like, come on. What's up, Lux? Welcome to the stream. You can do it, man. Good luck. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really do hope we can get lucky today with some shinies. Today's already been hyped, though. We hit 2,000 subs, which, again, thank you all for doing that. That is amazing. Every single one of you are awesome. People complain about Heart Gold Soul Silver. The community took Heart Gold Soul Silver really well. I think you're gonna have a lot of that. They're obviously gonna have a lot of that no matter what. But a lot of that, like, especially if it's like hate at the beginning and then it comes to be like really liked. I think that's just people who don't like things being different. Potentially, as well as like people who wanted like Gen 5 right out the bat. But I don't know. I think like in general, you do have to wait a while for the games to like sink in and see people's actual opinions on it. Rebecca, don't get a shiny without you. I'll try, Tegan. No promises though. It's easy to miss red if you stop after the Elite Four, otherwise you'll find it. Yeah, exactly. Like. Yeah, like with red in in Gen 7. Like, you have to do, like, a lot of those post-game missions before you find them. Which, yeah, if you're, like, a completionist and stuff, you'll run into them and stuff, but... Yeah, if you just play, you're like, I beat the gyms or the trials, and I beat the Elite Four, and I'm the champion, and you stop. Yeah, you're not gonna see them. I like Platinum Game Corner music. I don't think I've been in the Platinum Game Corner. Change isn't that bad, we go through it every day. Some people don't like it, though. I'll admit I'm pretty stubborn on certain things, and definitely prefer things to stay the same a lot of the time. But yeah, no, it is inevitable. Obviously. And... as much as it can get obnoxious, I totally believe that everyone has a right to, like, their full opinions on whether a game is awful or fantastic, and they can voice them as long as they aren't, like, defeating the purpose of any other discussion around you. Like, if they actually have, like, reasons to be upset about it, even if, like, they don't seem like good reasons to you, if they have, like, actual reasons, totally understand people being able to do it. Didn't care for trials. Ultimately, I enjoyed them, but I definitely see it as Game Freak, like, wanting to have taken a break from the gyms, see if these do well somehow, and then potentially implement them in new games. But I think they saw that they didn't go too well, and I'm glad they did it with Alola, you know, a region where you're able to just kind of go, well, hey, that was its own whole little thing. That's not, like, related to any of this stuff over here. You can just ignore that now, you know? You're going for Cubone? Well, good luck, Haunted Freezer. Final people speaking out about their opinions, of course. That's good. What should you shiny hunt in SOS? If you haven't, Mewtwo. That's always my go-to recommendation for that. It's a good one. Pinsir? I haven't done a Pinsir. Oris was put down too. I mean, yeah, a lot of times a lot of this also comes from some people really want the game that they have envisioned to come out, and obviously if Game Freak doesn't do it in that exact time scale, like, if they don't do that game next, it's like a terrible decision. You know, like, you end up in situations where people really, really wanted, like, Sinnoh remakes instead of Yusung. Totally get that. We could have totally seen it. It could have been possible. It could be it could be a 3-year cycle or 3-gen cycle of, like, 2 Gen 7 remakes, 1 doesn't, 2 Gen 7 remakes, 1 doesn't. There isn't an established pattern with any of that stuff yet, and, like, Masuda's admitted to not wanting anyone to be able to figure out a pattern to that kind of stuff. I totally get it. And that made sense, but then when they announced a new generation, and, like, Let's Go and that stuff kind of happens, and then they're like, new mainline games next, those same people will immediately speak up and be like, I want, you know, that's gonna be Gen 4 remakes, like, which has never happened before. We've never had the remakes before the games, and I'm pretty sure they've also announced, like, it's gonna be new Pokemon in a new region and stuff, so it's, like, legitimately not that, but there'll still be people who believe that up until, like, they actually announce the games and they're not Sinnoh remakes. You need to leave. Alright, see you later, Pika-san. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I hope to see you again soon. The too easy thing, I can understand where people kind of come from with that, with the hand-holdiness. I don't have a big issue with it, but I can understand where some people do. Especially, not necessarily so much in ORAS. They're, you know, turn off the experience share, stuff like that. You can kind of weave your way to a more difficult experience if you want, and that's totally acceptable. But, like, Gen 7 got a bit handholdy, for sure, with the, you have to do the trainer school, you're gonna have cutscenes every, like, 5 minutes. I didn't notice it my first time through, because I was like, new Pokemon game, heck yeah, let's do this. But then as soon as you get to, like, playing it a second time, be it playing Moon or playing Yusum, it gets rough. It gets rough right then. Like, that's what it was for me, was, like, having, like, when I played Yusum, like, when I played Ultraman on stream, it was rough to get through that first bit. The whole game was difficult just because, or the whole game was rough just because I'm not a big, I don't play a game in a very entertaining way normally, so I had to switch up the way I played games. And I'll also admit, I don't like being told what to do when it comes to games a lot, especially multiple voices, so that's just something that's me, and I should have seen coming. Like, no fault to anyone. But so it gets a little agitating as well as, like, basically playing the same game again. So I can totally understand where people are like that with the newer games, to an extent. I didn't experience it with ORAS, I only played it once, that was whatever. Let's go, it's gonna be super handholdy. I actually don't see it being very handholdy. I see it being very linear. But I can see it being handholdy in the waypoint way. I don't see it having horrendously obscene amounts of cutscenes. I know they've said that they're adding more like bulk to Kanto a little bit with it, you know, make it feel a bit more alive and more fresh. So there'll be some things, but Kanto is fairly sparse. There's not a lot of places for them to really handhold as much, unless they really change the way that the rival works in them. You know, what's up, Munch? Welcome to the stream. Pinsir's a really nice shiny. It does, and I want to get one. Can we get a Kalos demake? Can we get Kalos with Gen 1 graphics? It's directed towards good players and younger players. I mean, yeah, okay. It's gonna be super handholdy before the first gym. But from there, I feel like it's gonna let you go a bit more than other games. Because again, it's directed towards Go players who are used to the like super open world, like literally the open world game. I don't know. Again, it's to be seen. How much is it gonna be handholdy beyond getting anything up to Brock is a tutorial and obviously can be mind-numbing, but I don't see it being, I don't know, it'll be interesting, and I guess like that kind of like Alola falls into the same boat there, of really just through the first islands, the handholdy tutorial. It'll be interesting. Maybe, I doubt it, they'll have an option to like be like, I understand how this works. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually do that. We'll just have to wait and see. The first gym has your types. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to watch more of the stuff that's come out about it to really form like an educated opinion. These are all guesses. Gyms are back. Gyms are back not only in Let's Go but also in Gen 8. That's just how it's gonna go. Middle Island means Tutorial Island. Exactly. And then you get False Swipe right after you get the shiny that you almost KO because you're over leveled and don't have False Swipe. No, yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because Let's Go is gonna be like a full, like it's a completely new concept, really. So it'll be interesting. You want to explore the area around the temple and Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. Like which temple, Tegan? Like the lake or the actual like altar? Let's Go is gonna be now buy 5 Hyper Potions, then talk to Brock. Now exit the gym, take a right, capture a war total, then speak to the gym guy. It's literally just gonna... It's actually never gonna let you do anything to control the game, except for occasionally, like, throw the Pokeball animation for predetermined RNG. It's gonna be a game on rails. Nah. I can see why it would be handholdy, but I can also see it not being the same, like, level. My thing was... Sun and Moon continues, or more so Yusum, really, because that's the playthrough I had the issues, quote-unquote, with. Of like walking 5 feet and getting another cutscene, which either explains something or is just a cutscene for the story. Kanto doesn't have that. I think that's what like gets kind of confused as handholdy. Admittedly, I've confused it as handholding. Is a story that's really pushing to be a story, which more power to it. I enjoy a good story in Pokemon. It's why I love Alola. It's, you know, why I'll probably end up liking Gen 5, but having cutscenes everywhere can definitely make it feel more like the game's trying to force you into something. Slash is almost level 100. Nice. always wanted a game-long tutorial. Exactly. Then, like, it doesn't actually teach you anything, and you get dropped at the Elite Four, and then you just get screwed. Kanto is super linear too, tons of backtracking. But there's tons of backtracking, and there's tons of visiting places over and over again. Like, obviously, like, there's only one way to go about the game. There's not a whole bunch of different stuff you can do necessarily, but Alola was more of a, you're on this island, then you're on this island, and then, like, you take a path that literally just goes around the island. And then you're on to the next island, and then you go visit this one place, and then you go to the next island, and then, oh, that place is bad, and like, that's not even backtracking, but it felt like you moved because of the story, and the story versus the story moving because of you. If that makes sense and doesn't seem like too much of a cringy, like, attempt at something deep. No. But, like, there's things where you have to go and you have to find an item that might be somewhere, and all this stuff, and like, sure, it makes you have to go to that one place to get it, and then come back to that one place to go through. But it's not like you walk up to a gate because, like, you're dragged to it by your NPC partner. You find them and stuff. Although the physical embodiment of no fun allowed. If you spend all your time grinding, then it's a lot of fun. At least for me, during one game tutorial, you fell asleep. That's awkward. Both areas look super interesting. You'd love to have explored both more. It would have been cool, because, like, people have looked at what's, like, out of bounds on that, the lake area where you can, like, get Cosmog and stuff, and it's interesting. And there's a lot of stuff there. Always love you a good story. Stories are awesome. Like, honestly, obviously, as a Shiny Hunter, I'm way more of a post-game guy as far as let me do what I want. So I'm totally okay with, like, a story as long as it's a at least relatively compelling story on, you know, the single-player part of it and all that. And, like, then you can drop me into multiplayer, or not multiplayer, but, like, post-game afterwards and let me Shiny Hunt or, you know, do whatever as far as competitive stuff. So yeah, I totally get a lot of fun out of that. And so for me, having the story be a bit more, like, linear or hand-holdy or whatever doesn't take away from my experience at all. Because that's not the part that I'm really spending my time. Because obviously there are people out there, you guys are some of them, who, like, have their team built before the game starts, or before the game's released, and it's like, I'm doing this is my team, I've got the stats, I got the moves, and I'm gonna, like, do it this way. I'm the guy who shows up and catches everything, and then, like, only swaps Pokemon out to evolve them. You'll enjoy Gen 5 then. Like I said, I think I will. You have a question, do you prefer easier hunts or harder hunts? I can enjoy both of them. Easier hunts obviously are fun because you can, like, get more shinies more quickly, but harder hunts have that satisfaction at the end of, like, finding it. So I would say during the hunts, easier hunts. After the hunts, like, once the shiny's been caught, the harder hunt's gonna stick around a bit longer, be a bit more of an accomplishment. That's why I love Skyrim. Being able to wander around and do your own thing, yeah, like, that's like a true open world game and all that. Like a true, like, RPG in that sense. So there's different levels of RPGs for sure. Horde hunts take a while. They can. I will direct you to the Whismer that, like, never actually got caught because it was just awkwardly taking too long. So we tried horde hunting, then we tried Dex nav chaining, and then we went back to horde hunting for a while. That was an interesting one, to say the least. Oh man, I'm sorry to, like, bring this on you this sudden, guys, but, like, I have been talking a lot today from the sounds of it. As well as I mentioned, I was, like, super tired. I think the stream's gonna end here in about 5 minutes, unfortunately. I know that's only an hour and a half, but physically I don't know if I can handle another half hour, unfortunately. Skyrim doesn't hold your hand, you learn yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's definitely places where you can learn stuff, and, like, that's always cool. Like, having the trainer school as an option to go in and you can learn stuff there makes a lot of sense, obviously. But, like, forcing you to go through it's a bit more of a pain in the butt. What's up, Emmanuel1231? Welcome to the stream, dude. How are you doing today? How are you doing, man? Glad you can be here for the last bit of the stream. It teaches you a couple things, and you're like, you're on your own. Like, as long as you know FPS controls, you can get around. Yeah, so sorry about like having to cut the stream short a few minutes, guys. It's just I've been talking so much, I can feel my voice starting to give out, as well as being tired is a bit rough. Gameplay is an interesting problem. How do you structure your story in a region that encourages exploration, but you have to force the player into a line? Keyword comfortably. It really is an interesting position to be in because the audience for Pokemon is so broad that, yeah, how do you, because yeah, you don't want, like with Skyrim, it's a game that you totally understand that the audience is more mature, and like people wandering off in the middle of nowhere for like hours in the wrong direction of the quest makes total sense. It makes absolute sense. There's side quests everywhere, there's all this stuff you can do. Honestly, I think the best way would be to add minor side quests into Pokemon, but I feel like that makes it a bit more complex. You're starting to build like a way more fully fleshed out RPG than Pokemon really is. So it really is a weird situation to be in there. I don't know how to Mellow a Victini or Marshadow. I mean, I unfortunately don't have access to mine right now, sadly. Hope Let's Go has options. Hopefully. I'm just hoping it's like a proper like Kanto story, you know? How to get your Pokemon for you to say no. Yeah, like that kind of stuff. If I could avoid that, that'd be nice. But it really is an interesting situation where the game, people want the game to be like this full, like I can explore anywhere. But that's not what Pokemon is. The like goal and a good game from Game Freak is a game that is designed to make you think that you are choosing where you're going. You know, avoid the thing like Sun and Moon and Yusum did, of putting up massive like literal fences and barricades in front of you and saying you're not strong enough, go battle that, and like pointing you in the right direction. Like honestly, they've done it with so many games. Just use the cliche of a Snorlax in the road. That works so well. But alright guys, this is the last Charmander of the night. Like I said, I apologize for having to end the stream a little bit early. Especially on a hype night where we hit 2,000 subs. But physically I don't know how much more I can take. But here we go. Final Charmander before our Bulbasaur encounter. And we did not get a shiny Charmander today, guys. But here we go. So let's set up for that last Bulbasaur. Let's set up here. You don't want an open world Pokemon. I don't think open world Pokemon makes sense. I don't think it would be nearly as fun. If it was its own game, then sure, but yeah, I don't think that quite fits into like the Pokemon feel. Like I said, people want to think that they have an open world, but don't really want an open world, you know? Things like, one of the big problems is they removed HMs. They removed like a key way to lock people into an area that like isn't really a problem to get out of. Oh, I just need like that item. My Pokemon don't know that yet, you know? Versus again, just a barrier that opens when you beat something. Like that's way too artificial of a barrier for a Pokemon game, I feel. His favorite region is also Hoenn. Nice. Why did I just do that? Alright guys, last encounters of the night here. We have got our Bulbasaur, and we'll have Regice. Again, thank you to everyone who tuned into the stream, everyone that liked, everyone that subscribed. Big thank you to everyone in chat, and a big thank you to the 2,003 of you guys who are subscribed to this channel. You guys are super, super awesome, and I obviously couldn't have as awesome of a channel without you guys. But let's go, guys. Let's see what our last encounters are of the night right here. Encountering Regice and encountering Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur isn't shiny, and Regice doesn't appear to be either. So again, thank you guys for everyone tuning into the stream. I'll be back on tomorrow, hopefully with a full 2-hour stream. I will be getting more sleep tonight and everything. Yeah, so I will see you all next time. And until next time, guys, take care.